Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how your body language may be blocking the law of attraction from working. So in this video, my intention is to give you some practical tools that you can apply towards really transforming the kind of results that you're getting with the law of attraction and understanding how your body posture and how your body language is influencing the results that you are getting. Now, when it comes to body language, and one thing that they've really been showing in science is that there is an intimate correlation between our body language and the way that we move and how that connects to the brain and the way that we think. Now, with this, and this was a TED Talk that came from Amy Cuddy on how body language shapes who we are. The idea is that by just standing in a power pose for a couple minutes a day, which simply means that we put our hands at our hips, we have our chin level, and we have our chest out and our shoulders back, what that has the ability to do is to change the hormones in our body, to allow us to feel more of the dopamine, to feel more of the feel-good chemicals and less of the stress chemicals, less of feeling cortisol, which is what makes us feel resistance and stress. And the idea behind this is that by doing this before maybe a job interview, maybe doing this before you have anything it's important in your life, what happens is you increase your state of being, you increase the way that you feel, and you'll get better results from it. Now, the idea behind this and the way that I want to speak about it is understanding how this correlates with the law of attraction, how this correlates with the results that we're getting, and how we can transform it by simply changing our body posture. Now let's look at the law of attraction and the important components of it. Now a lot of times, as I say in many videos, we don't necessarily always get that which we want, but we always get a reflection of who we are being. Now, who we are being is composed of three different components. Now, one of them is the thoughts that we're repetitively thinking. It could be the beliefs that we have and the thought patterns that we have. Secondly, the emotions that we are feeling and the kind of chemicals, once again, when it comes to the hormones in the body. So serotonin, dopamine, and cortisol. Then we have also the third one, which is the action that we're taking. So it's the physical embodiment of what we are doing to get towards being who we want to be or towards getting the results that we want. Now, the idea behind this is that all three of these must be in alignment in order for us to get what we want and in order for the flow to really be there. Now, if any one of these isn't in what is called congruence, we will feel resistance. And the idea is that what we must do is really align these three in order to be who we want to be. Now, the good part about this is that our body language shapes how we think and it shapes how we feel. And once again, body language is a form of action. So by just simply deciding that every day you're going to do what I call act as if, what you will then be doing is linking up your body language to the best possible version of yourself. Now think of this as something that you can do every single day for just a couple minutes a day. I recommend doing it right in the morning when you wake up. What you do is you get out of bed and you act as if you mirror the body language of the best version of yourself. And as you do that, that has an effect on your brain, that has an effect on how you feel, and that will leak into other parts of your day. Alright, now this is something that has been shown in research many times, where they take body language and they see how it affects the hormones in our body. What they did is they took test subjects. What they would do is they would put them into certain body poses for 30 seconds to a minute, and what they would then do is ask them to perform certain tasks, whether that be in a high stress situation of presenting an impromptu speech in front of 3 or 4 different people that are made to have no facial expression whatsoever, to see how they respond. And what they found is that the people that were in high power poses performed much better than the people that were in the low power poses or the neutral poses. And the idea behind this is that if we are able to influence how we feel about ourselves more out throughout the day, what we begin to do is change the way that we feel about ourselves, which will then have an effect over the kind of performance that we have or over the kind of results that we get in our life. So understand that our body language is shaping the kind of hormones hormones, the way that we feel about ourselves, when we start to shape the way that we feel about ourselves through our body language, what we gain the ability to do is to start to believe in ourselves more. We will start to realize that our potential is far outside of where we were priorly placing ourselves. So all we have to simply do is shape our body language in a certain way that makes us feel powerful. Understand that we must align our actions to our feelings and to our thoughts. And a simple way to do that is every day stand in what is called a high power pose. And to do this every single morning when you wake up, do it before any important thing that you're doing in life, and understand that the more that you see yourself at the same time in a certain way, that will also begin to change the way that you feel about ourselves. There was a book by Amy Cuddy called Presence, which I was listening to the audiobook, which kind of inspired this video, and it had to do with somebody that couldn't even match her body language up to who she preferred to be because she was a quadriplegic. She couldn't move at all. But what she did was she simply viewed herself in that way, and through that self-image that she had, she started to feel more powerful, which then brings in a whole new dimension of it, of understanding how powerful our mind is and how powerful our self-image is. Now let me ask you the question, how do you view yourself? Is the way that you view yourself in proportion and in congruence to the results that you want to get in your life? It could be a simple switch as just simply starting to view yourself in a new way, having the self-image that sees yourself moving in the way that you prefer, and if you simply remind yourself that that is who you prefer to be, if you simply match up the body language of being who you prefer to be in the present moment right now, what you're going to be doing is bringing that more into this reality, bringing that more into being who you prefer to be, feeling the emotions that are necessarily, which are then bringing in the emotions that are necessary, which will then bring in the kind of results that you want. So understand that all you have to do is stand in that power pose for a couple minutes a day, preferably right when you wake up in the morning. See how that makes you feel different about yourself. See how you feel more powerful. And then what you can do is simply have the self-image that you are already who you prefer to be, and knowing that the more you take action from that place, the more that you mirror the best version of yourself, the more you will begin to get the results that you want. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and also push the notification gear that's next to the subscribe button so that you get the daily videos that I do. Some people have been telling me that they haven't been seeing the daily videos, so that's all you have to do under the new YouTube algorithm. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, much love, namaste.